Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pastror Jerone TV. I'm your host, Pastror Jerome Davison. And I want to talk to you about the Democrats' behavior during this time of crisis in America. Their behavior during the time of President Trump's presidency has been unacceptable. It's been un-American. It's been very evil. Okay? So the other day, President Donald Trump and the Republicans rolled out a stimulus package proposal, and that was the Americans were supposed to get $1,200, a payment of $1,200 the first part of April, and then another $1,200 sometime thereafter, plus $500 per child under 18 years old. Okay, some of the money was going to be going to some of the large corporations, just like the Obama stimulus package did. But he had a nice chunk of money set aside for the mom and pop stores because President Donald Trump said that was the engine to our country, and that they deserve more money because the mom and pop stores is what makes America America. So when that came out, the market shot up. The markets was down in depression. The stocks and everything was down in depression. When Donald Trump made that announcement, it went up, it revived, it jumped up. A couple of days later, the Democrats announced that they were not going to accept the Republican proposal for a stimulus package, and that they wanted to design their own. The stock markets and the stocks, it tanked. It failed. It just went back into a depression. And that's exactly why Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are not signing it, because they want America to remain in a depression. Because President Donald Trump has been killing it. He's been killing it. There's been crazy jobs. He moved factories back in America. Stock markets, he's breaking records in the stock market. Okay, and this makes them look bad. It made Trump look good. Americans are working. Okay, we have the greatest economy we've ever had, the greatest economy in the world. And now, because of the coronavirus, America has fallen into the tanks. And as long as they can keep this coronavirus fear going, as long as they can keep this thing going, America is in a lot of trouble of failing. We could lose our country. All right. And right now, President Donald Trump is trying to keep the Chinese businessmen from coming over here buying up everything. Okay, because the government, the Feds, dropped the interest rate again, and now these Chinese businessmen are coming over here trying to buy up everything, and President Donald Trump is trying to hold them off. Well, the Democrats don't want them to be held off because they are shields for the Chinese. Let me just give you an example. Dianne Feinstein, okay, she's up in San Francisco. She had a guy working for her for 20 years. He was a Chinese spy. He had worked for her husband before, and then he had worked in her office, and he was a Chinese spy. And this was during the time they was trying to impeach President Donald Trump, but they squashed it. The FBI went and sat down and had a meeting with her and told her that the man was a spy. They knew this. They knew this years ago. But they went and told her with President Donald Trump, when they felt like there was a spy coming in on him, they wiretapped him. They didn't sit down and tell him that the Russians was trying to get infiltrate his campaign, which they weren't. It was only the FBI. But they want the economy to tank. That's number one. And then number two is they don't want America to see Donald Trump as a compassionate man, the way those who support him sees it. See, Donald Trump has always been a compassionate man. All right, he helped Jennifer Hudson when her family got murdered. He put her up in his Chicago hotel for a long time. Now Obama and Oprah lived there. They didn't do that for her, and they're the same color. Okay, President Donald Trump helped Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson, when he was running for president, the only person who supported him financially was Donald Trump. Donald Trump gave him millions. Not only did he give him millions, but he gave him a place in his hotel in New York to set up the Jesse Jackson Rainbow Coalition. That Rainbow Coalition helped with housing and urban housing for blacks there. And it was Donald Trump that funded that. And you got black folks in New York saying that Donald Trump wouldn't let folks in his hotel. Well, then people they didn't have the credit to get in there. But Donald Trump had a housing program that he teamed up with Jesse Jackson for low-income blacks. How about that? Okay? You're not going to get in any upscale place without having good money and a good job and good credit. I wouldn't let you in there. I'm black. If you didn't have the credit or the job to get in there, well, go find some place that your budget can handle. Don't come try to upscale. You ain't ready for that. Here it is. They don't want President Donald Trump to give American people who are struggling. They're worried about their jobs. They've been laid off their jobs. They're worried about their mortgage. They're worried about their children. They're worried about their car note and all that kind of stuff. And if President Donald Trump gives them $1,200 and then another $1,200 and $500 per kid, that's going to change a lot of people's minds. And I'm going to be honest with you. Years ago, it was President Bush, George Bush Jr. He sent out a stimulus package that he gave folks, leaders of every household, something like $700. $700. That helped me look at him in a little different light, because at that time I was a Democrat, and I started to see him as different. And what the Democrats don't want for Donald Trump to do is they don't want him to give this money to the American people. All right, because it's going to change the people's perception of Donald Trump. Okay. They want to be the ones to give it, and they may give more, but it's going to take the package from 1 trillion up to 3 trillion, because they want to give money to illegals. Okay. They want to give money for the Green New Deal. They want to give money for the LGBT and all that stuff, but this is not the time for that. They want to give money for Planned Parenthood and for abortion. Listen, we're talking about saving lives, and the Democrats' minds are on death. You want to kill. You want to keep the population low. Okay? No. See, Americans are talking about saving their families. They're talking about making it to the next month. And they're risk being held up and being delayed by the Democrats while they play politics with the Republicans and with the needs of the American people. Okay? I surely wish that the American people would have listened to Donald Trump when he was traveling around campaigning to get control of the House, to maintain Republican control of the House. Because when these Democrats got control of the House, they've done nothing but obstruct the movement and progress of this country with false investigations, misleading information, and all this stuff that led to nothing. And we wasted a lot of years and a lot of money. Okay? So that's my thoughts on it. This is what they're doing. They're playing political games while the American people are waiting for the government that we've hired to take care of the needs of the American people. All right? Y'all stay blessed. I'll see you on the next video.